Hey, what's up, everyone? After taking care of business against FlyQuest, Dignitas get themselves a win, the first one in 5 games, and a lot of that has to do with the man that's joining me right now. It is Aaron FakeGod Lee, MVP candidate of the spring and trying to get back there in Summer Split. Talk to me through this game. You didn't get a ton of kills, but there was a lot of action for you.
Yeah, this game was it was pretty snowbally for us. There's just a lot of action in early and mid game, which is pretty good for our comp. For me, I kind of just like set up a lot of I feel like I set up a lot of the plays that were happening, and they were trying to like do a lot of plays on me and like that and stuff. We were getting more on the map and just winning more fights. So after we won like one huge team fight in bowling, where we got like 4-0, we kind of just controlled the game after that part.
And don't be modest now. That was after, I think, you TP to the bottom side of the map and had like a 4-man, like Cole the Meek or whatever. That was sick.
It was 5, man. It was a 5, man.
All right.
Kind of insane, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah. Talk to me about top lane. You go with the Renekton, the classic. It's been around for such a long time. Up against a Viego, and it felt like they were putting a lot of resources up there to pressure you.
Renekton's like a champion that's always been in the meta one way or another until like they nerf them or some like item comes up or a buff happens that brings him back into meta. So he's like a champ a lot of people know how to play and pretty good at. He's one of my like most commonly played champs, honestly. So versus Viego's laning phase is a lot stronger than Renekton's for the early levels, so that's what they use to like try to dive me. And after that, because Viego goes like the Divine Thunder build, he keeps winning side. But it's just that Renekton's team fighting is just a lot better than his in comparison.
Yeah.
So I knew that as long as my lane didn't explode and we just kept team fighting, we would just win the game.
Have you been picking him up lately? Because we've seen a lot of these reset plays, specifically in the LEC, but not as much. And sometimes here, but not as much here yet. Have you been working on him?
Yeah. It's just that's all the new champs and champs that become meta because of like some items and stuff, alongside like Gwen and whatnot. Just working on all of them.
Well,
pretty good at some of them.
So turning our focus now to the squad here. This was your first win in 5 games, and before this win, you had won 1 in the last 8 games. Did the team feel these losses mounting?
I felt like we were very unpressured, I guess, or like the opposite of pressured, because we were feeling pretty normal, I guess, or pretty motivated because we saw yesterday as our first real game together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't like feeling the losses behind us that much. It was just like, let's take it one game at a time and just keep looking to improve and take it slow, and who cares what the community or whatever is going to think about it. If you win or lose, just keep trying to win and play how you want to play.
Now,
we got our first win.
So obviously there's been a lot of changes this split in the LCS. Dignitas has led the way with multiple changes now, with obviously a lot of the fallout from Dardoch moving on to Acadian. And then the one that wasn't talked about as much with Saligo being swapped out for Yusui. Can you shed some light on some of it?
Yeah, I'll have to pass on the Dardoch question, but for Saligo's situation, it was mostly because of a number of factors. Let me just try to think of the best way to say it.
Sure.
One of the factors was champion pool, because there are a lot more melees in the mid lane, and yeah, that's basically it. Like something like that. Like more champs are melee right now in the mid lane.
Yeah.
There's stuff like ADCs as well, which the staff think Hisui plays a bit better than Soligo.
Yeah.
For some of them.
Sure.
And other reasons would be like Max's communication issues, which were still prevalent for a bit the weeks before the swap happened.
Right. Because you obviously got to spend a little bit of time with him over at 100 Thieves. So I would say if anyone knows the best, it would be you on like, hey, where he was then, where he was now, and how that impacts you, which is my next question. A lot of change around you. So you got to say, oh, this is kind of like the insight on it. But how has that affected your preparation specifically as a top laner in a playoff contention team?
For me, I just have to get used to different communication systems between the jungle and the mid lane. Bot lane has stayed relatively consistent, so I just have to find a way to work myself into like a new type of shot calling or like how we want to play. And we just have to learn that really quickly versus other teams who have the system set up for themselves.
Being in playoff contention, I feel like from us on the outside looking in, we're trying to figure out who teams 5, 6, 7, and 8 are going to be. Are you looking at that and looking at playoff positioning every game?
No, not really. I'm thinking about how to win and what we're gonna play on. Well, what chance we're gonna play. That's basically it.
Sure.
I'm not really looking at the other teams right now. It's just we just have to focus on ourselves a lot right now for these weeks. I feel like that's our main focus.
I guess to wrap things up here, summer hasn't really been the same kind of gel that you've had in the spring. That shot you up in a lot of people's eyes in terms of how good you are to your team and how good you are in the league. And now it feels like pundits and people have been saying, hey, there are a couple of top laners that are better. And I think you're a product of the environment right now in terms of, hey, when the team was good, you're doing great. When the team was bad, there's not a lot you can do. How do you as a player try to take control of the situation and improve?
Well, those people don't really matter, so their opinion does not really matter to me. I think that's a pretty good attitude to have. So I'm just adopting that right now, and especially since there's just a lot of like random like stuff right now for the community towards Dignitas and like our team. So it's just like let's ignore it. Not even ignore it. It's just like just know that it's really dumb and their opinions don't actually matter. Just us, what we think in our org, and everyone involved.
Well, everyone involved got this victory here. A different roster, different mindset, and like you said, feels like the first time you guys have been together in a little while. So great job getting the win. FakeGod, thanks for making time and having a chat with me, brother.
No problem. Thank you.